Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllday, back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing an overview of Gladiator Batman. This is from the Dark Knight's Metal storyline. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to our support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. This side, the back, which I really like the art, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. Alright, it does come with this axe, which I like. It looks really cool. I like the handle design of it too. I like the color, and I like how the sculpture makes it look like it's actual wood, but it actually is not. But it has a kind of a look appearance to it, which I like. A good, clean looking sculpture design, and of course the actual piece right there. Looks good, the blade itself. Very detailed. I like it. Again, very clean looking, but very like medieval times. But also very similar to Batman because, there you go. You get the Batman little logo on there too. Overall, it looks good, it looks clean. I dig it. And it does come with a regular stand, which he's using on right there. So, let's take a look at Gladiator Batman. And man, right away, just look at this head sculpture. That head sculpture is just top notch. Just look at that medieval times helmet. It looks fantastic. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It has white eyes. I'm a sucker for white eyes and it looks really good. You got the painted chin on there. Not the chin, I should say. It's more of the beard. It doesn't look, I mean, it looks cool. It's fine. But it kind of looks just cheap, if that makes any sense. But regardless though, the helmet looks fantastic. You got more texture on here, design. You got little scuff marks on there too. And of course here on the top, making it look like a battle damage. Head articulation left and right is good. Up, down, it's good. It's just a little stiff. Overall though, head sculpture looks fantastic. You got that battle damage right there. And again, that color, which I like. It's like that nice dark silver. It looks very good. When you have a light on it, it just shines brightly and nicely. The only downside to the head sculpture is going to be that painted beard. And again, it's not bad. It just kind of looks kind of added on like last minute type of thing where they're like, screw it, let's add in some beard. And they just painted it on right there. But overall, though, it looks good. I really dig this helmet, man. I think it looks fantastic. In my opinion, we got more bad marks on there too in the back as well too. Fantastic. Shoulder articulation. You can articulate it more the shoulder, but or as it is right now, it's hitting the little bat shoulder pieces. It's hitting here in terms of the cape itself. But if you lift it, you can actually articulate more of the arm. See that? So just keep an eye on that. Bicep, it does articulate. Just mine's a little stiff right now, but there's articulation. Elbows, good. Wrist, if I can do it. There you go. Wrist, good. It's just a little stiff. Torso, very good. Very good torso articulation. So in terms of the upper body articulation, it's good throughout. The only thing is the shoulder pieces. And again, like I said, you just have to lift this up. And then you go. You can move the shoulders. But, man, look at this detail on this Batman. Holy shit, this looks good. Where do I start? Well, we'll start off with that centerpiece on his chest. Just look at that Batman symbol right there. And the shoulder pieces that makes it look kind of like steel. Look fantastic, man. Also, the paint on here and the sculpture design looks good. Then you have all that battle damage underneath the Batman logo and also on the Batman logo. Fantastic. You got more sculpture design and more battle damage on here on the torso. And when you lift it back, not lift it, but when you see more of the torso, you get more of that like steel underneath his torso. Just look top notch, man. And of course, the paint. The paint just looks amazing on this figure. Just look at all of that. Even on the back, you get more of that battle damage on there too, and you see more of that steel plate on there too. Just top notch, man. And this is just the upper body and the torso. Now let's take a look at the arms, because there's so much going on in the arm. One, you got the little bats on there too for the shoulder pieces, like the armor shoulder piece. I think it looks fantastic. Just look at that. Look at all that battle damage. It looks really good. I'm sure this is like customizer's heaven, because you can customize it and paint this. It's going to look fantastic. Maybe paint the actual like bones on here, maybe with like a silver or maybe like a gray on it just to make it pop. But regardless, though, it just looks top notch. Then you got another piece on here too by the bicep. You got more of like that chain look on there too. It's also painted and sculpted, but you got this like steel looking type of armor. Just looks fantastic, man. And of course the gauntlets. Look at all the gauntlets, man. Tell me that don't look badass. Like that looks fantastic, man. Fantastic on the gauntlets. Plain looking, they're just black, but you got more of that battle damage. You got sculpture design here. And of course, the gauntlets on there too. And you got that wrist on there too. More sculpture design. Just looks fantastic. Again, this is just his arms. Then you got the other side of the arm. They're pretty much identical from the most part, from what I can tell. There is a bit of a difference. This side has more of the battle damage. This one is kind of clean, plain looking, which is fine. Right? It makes it look good. Same thing on the Batman here on the shoulder pieces. More battle damage, not so much here, but actually a little more here in the back. It just looks fantastic in my opinion. And I gotta say, the upper body looks fantastic. What I think with the upper body, I said it already, I'll say it again. It looks fantastic. Oh, the cape, I forgot about the cape. The cape looks amazing as well too. I like the cape, the look of it. It has like a light purple to it. But the sculpture design, you can see the stitching on there too. And it has a weird, like a textured look to it. And what I like about it is a rough feeling. It's not smooth. It has a rough feel to it in terms of the texture for this cape. And of course, it's very stylized. You see that on here too. But what I like about it is on the other side, it has a more texture to it as well too. And you can see more of that as well too. And it looks amazing. Fantastic looking cape as well. Overall, what I think about the upper body, I really dig it, man. This is a top-notch upper body Batman, the Gladiator one. McFarlane nailed the look of this figure. The sculpture design, the paint. Again, this is just the upper body. The sculpture design, the paint, articulation. It's very limited some parts, but just look at all of that detail. Tell me that don't look amazing. And again, this is for 20 bucks. This is just top-notch, man. Let's take a look at the belt. The belt looks amazing as well too. It has like a dark silver to it, color to it, but I like how there's a texture on there too, and it has a little bit of gloss on there too. Looks really good on the belt. On the back of the belt, again, more of the same kind of concept in terms of the detail and sculpture and the paint as well too. And has a bit of like a dark green on here on top to make it really pop out there. Lower body, leg articulation, it's good. It's just a little stiff. Thigh, knees, just which is pretty stiff. Ankles, which kind of have to fix a little bit, but nothing too bad though. Toes, they do articulate. It's just mine's a little stiff right now. So leg articulation, it's good as always, but just look at all of that texture. Again, more texture. You got this. I don't know what you want to call this, but you got this right here, which looks really good. I like the look of it. I like this is also sculpted because McFarlane could have easily cheeked out and just put in black, plain black. But no, he actually added a texture design to it. It just looks really good. And I like about it is actually separated. You know what I mean? So it really looks good underneath it. Because if it's just one piece and just kind of lined it up, then it wouldn't stand out. But when it's separated, you can see underneath the legs, which is more of this. I don't know what you want to call it, but whatever this is called, the wrapping, I guess, but whatever it is. You got that look underneath there, and when you have it like plain like that, it just pops out. You got the little Batman armor pieces on his knees. On definitely liking the boots. Look at that. That looks top notch, man. That looks awesome. Similar style that's on the boots, also present on here on the gauntlets, and even the legs too have a look to it too. Look at that. Even pointy toes as well too, man. McFarlane just nailed this figure, man. It just looks amazing. Just look at all of this detail. All of it, man. All of it. This is fantastic. Of course, the main question is this worth the purchase price? And again, for $20, fuck yeah, man. This is a fantastic figure. Definitely get him before it's gone. McFarlane nailed it with this figure. The look, articulation, again, it is some limited in some parts. Nothing too crazy, but... Sorry, I'm putting him on the stand. It is limited in some parts. Nothing too crazy or anything, but everything else, so it just looks fantastic. Like I said, articulation, limited, but the sculpture design and the paint, just top notch, man. And for 20 bucks at its retail, easily a must buy in my opinion. Even if you pay more than it, even if you pay $25, I think for $25, I think it's still a really good price for it. But for retail price of $20, I think it's a fantastic figure. And of course, what I would give it, easily a thumbs up for me. Definitely get this figure before they're all sold out. Maybe you get two. I might get another one just to have it in a case. Inside the box, excuse me, not in the case. Inside a box, just to have it there because I really like this figure, man. So to me, Gladiator Batman, easily thumbs up for me. Here we have Batman from the 3 Jokers Amazon exclusive figure. And of course, Gladiator Batman. And just showing you a comparison how it looks like compared to like another comic book character for Batman. But obviously this is more comic book costume. This is, of course, Gladiator. They both look good side by side. But of course, if you were to ask me which one I prefer, I'm going to go for this one. So much detail, so much paint. It's just top notch, man. Top notch. Here we have Rebirth Batman and the Dark Knight's Metal Batman. Very classic, very clean looking Batman figure. Very traditional looking Batman figure. But of course, if you want more craziness, aka like McFarlane type of style Batman, definitely go for this one. But it's just showing you in comparison how Rebirth Batman looks next to Gladiator Batman from the Dark Knight's Metal storyline. Now, when I think of Gladiator, I always think of, for some reason, wrestling. I know, make fun of me as much as you want, but I always think of wrestling. But here we have Bane, obviously a wrestler, and of course Gladiator Batman. Just showing you how this looks side by side compared to a movie license like costume or figure. And it kind of does look a little weird, but there you go. Just showing you a comparison in terms of the height and also how they look standing next to side by side with a movie character figure. Here we have Batman from the Batman, or not Batman, yes, Batman, but from the DC versus Vampire storyline, the Walmart exclusive, which, if you're still hunting for it, I'm sorry, man. I really am sorry. Like I said it before, I'll say it again. If I had the power, I would not do Walmart exclusive. I'll keep Target, maybe Amazon, definitely McFarlane, but not Walmart as of right now because they're pretty bad. But nonetheless, just showing you how they look side by side, and just by him standing here next to the Vampire one, I could definitely say Vampire is a lot taller. Well, not a lot, but he's taller though. But there you go, just showing you side by side how they look. And since we're talking about medieval, here we go. I had to bring this version of Superman. This is Superman from Future State, I believe that's what it's from. I can't remember top of my head at the moment right now. But nonetheless, so you got Superman, kind of like a gladiator, and of course Batman. I think having these two next to each other is a fantastic combination. I think they look fantastic on your display. So if you are interested in displaying this Gladiator Batman, definitely use this particular Superman. And if you don't have him, definitely recommend it. Because that head sculpture, it is just fantastic. But there you go, having two Gladiator figures sitting next to each other. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with these figures? Plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. That includes an overview of Gladiator Batman from the Dark Knight's Metal storyline, and on to the next one.